So, do I miss, the old days of Doom, Duke Nukem 3D, and Quake? Well, as a fan of those games, I actually don't miss them that well. So, this is pretty much a video response to one of Wrack's video log about, the Doom days. He's basically mentioning that he wonders why we don't have like a lot of those old school PC type of first person shooters nowadays, because we have a lot of the Halo-esque and the Call of Duty-esque type of stuff, and all I gotta say is one word: evolution. So when Quake 2 was out, and I really do believe that was the ultimate culmination of all the best elements from id Software and their first person shooters. I really felt like Quake 2 was just a masterpiece. It was so much fun, and I still play it to this day. But to be honest, that was pretty much like my last favorite game of those type of shooters, because I really just got burned out. It's just so typical now. I mean, it was really, what most people expect from a first person shooter, and it just got old, really, and I wanted something new. Then I used to like Half-Life, but then I kind of realized its flaws, and I just couldn't get into it anymore. And I was looking for another, first-person shooter to play, and I stumbled across Halo on the Xbox. It was like a demo. Yeah, it was basically a demo, because I remember before the Xbox was out, I went to my local PC shop, and they were showcasing the console and all the games, and then I saw Halo. It was basically a trailer of it, and I really liked how it looked. And once I bought the Xbox and the game, I just couldn't stop playing Halo. Halo was like probably the best FPS game I've ever played since Doom, and I've always felt like Doom was my favorite first person shooter. Like, not even Duke Nukem 3D or Quake can really touch it, because Doom just had like it gave me a magical experience, and Halo is really the only game that could compete Doom at that level. So Halo took a lot of risks. It was a first person shooter on a console, and you know how it was back then. Most people thought PC was the serious way to play first person shooters, but Halo really standardized that consoles first person shooters can really give you like a very powerful experience, just like the PC first person shooters do. Because GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, even though I know a lot of people like the game with a lot of pride, they just don't really hold up that well, to be honest. Halo also had a good storyline for an action-based first-person shooter, which wasn't something that was common. You could say Half-Life had it too, but I thought the storytelling was good, but not the actual story. Bungie also broke up their traditional procedure. They never made games for the masses, but Halo was forced to be a mass appeal type of game because of Microsoft. And to this day, I know marathon players that love Halo a lot, and I'm one of those guys too. I really like both of the games, and I do appreciate what Bungie, did to this series. And when I really think about it, I miss my first time playing Halo 1. It was just so fresh, but so familiar at the same time. And I just don't get that type of experience anymore, which I really do feel like developers need to focus on, reinventing the genre, but also making it very memorable to play. If I could, name one game that I wish to re-experience by having no sort of knowledge again, it would be Halo 1, because the experience was just mind-blowing. Just like many people, I didn't really play, first-person shooters on consoles, but I really liked the trailer for the Halo. Just like many people, I didn't play many console shooters when I was so, in love with PC first-person shooters, but I really liked the trailer that was shown at my local PC shop, and I really wanted to give it a try, and I love it, dude. I really wish, I could go back to that time again, because Halo 1 was so freaking awesome. And to this day, I still love it, and I don't know how many games that, really makes me feel like the game is getting better based on, the amount of time I play, because I feel like it just keeps getting better and better every time I play Halo 1 again, or any of my favorite Halo games in general. When it comes to old school first person shooters, primarily the PC ones, I think they're still playable to this day. It is fun to explore, for secrets. It's a lot of fun to fight, like, what is it, 15 monsters on the screen. It's fun to move fast and have that fast-paced action while you're playing, and the list goes on, man. If new players really want a more modern type of experience with those games, there's a lot of source ports for new players to, make that type of decision if they want to. That's the main reason why I don't like these throwbacks, old school first person shooters. I could just go back and play Doom 2, my favorite sequel to any game, or Duke Nukem 3D, which has some of the best city levels I've ever seen in a game. Not only that, and when you think about it, not everything back in the day was perfect. I mean, look at episode 1. If you know all the secrets to the 9 maps in Doom, the game gets pathetically easy, and that can be a problem because, why is it so freaking easy? Even when I'm playing on Ultra Violence, I feel so relaxed. And let's face it, people, Ultra Violence is really like the hardest difficulty for Doom. I'll get more into the difficulty later on, but that's one example I can give you. While it was nice to have all the weapons on the go, not every weapon was, perfectly usable. Look at Doom 2. Just grab a double barrel shotgun, chain gun, rocket launcher, BFG 9000, and you can pretty much destroy anything in your way in Doom 2. And that's 4 weapons out of, 9 weapons total. Then look at Duke Nukem 3D. The trip mines. Those things were so stupid. I never really saw much purpose of it. I could, use a rocket launcher to take out the more heavy group type of enemies. So I never saw much purpose of the trip mines. I also thought the pistol sucks. I mean, the pistol's just there if you don't have anything good to use. Then you have the pipe bombs, which is, a usable weapon, definitely. But why should I use it if the rocket launcher is really the better weapon? So you could see there was some sort of weapon balance issues right there. Not every gun was like perfectly balanced. Well, I will admit, even Halo doesn't have that. But then again, not this whole point of this section is to show you guys that not everything back in the days was perfect. Now I'll talk about the difficulty. I never liked how both Doom and Duke Nukem 3D had like a respawnable, hardest difficulty setting. I hate respawnable respawnable enemies. They are just a very cheap way to make the game, harder. Actually, I don't even think it, fairly makes it difficult. It just makes it frustrating and annoying. And then you have games like Marathon and Descent where they actually made a reasonably hardest difficulty setting. So yeah, like I said, guys, not everything was perfect back then, and I don't really think it's a huge issue because the positives for those type of games really outweighed the flaws, so it wasn't really a big issue. And I still play, like I said, people, I still play to this game, so don't think I'm just a straight up hater. Anyways, that's really all I gotta say for about this whole discussion for this video. I'm out. Peace, people.